Okay, today I'm going to be showing you how to check and replace the optic sensor in your ice maker. If your ice maker has one of these optic sensors, you can see we have no ice. So what we have, some refrigerators, instead of using a bar to detect the ice level, they use a laser that basically shines through the ice bin and detects when the ice level is too high. Now you see the lights flashing twice and there's a delay. That's normal when this door is open, basically meaning that the laser is being blocked. But when you close it, it should become a solid red light. And you'll see that's not happening. A good indication that the optics is bad. And I'm going to show you another way to test it too, just to be sure. But the first step is we're going to need to take these 3 screws out. You have to lift up this door a little bit, at least on this model. And there are 3 Phillips screws. So let's just take those out and you'll see what's behind there, not much to it. Now there's this wiring harness. You're going to need to be very careful unplugging it because it's so short. And also, I recommend you unplug your refrigerator while doing this because you can get shocked touching this. I'm not going to because I need the light source, and I'm just not going to touch it and hopefully not get shocked. So take the wiring harness off, and then what you're looking for is, starting at the top and working down, you'll see there's a pin, a missing pin, and then a pin. On this one, it's the 2 wires beneath the yellow wire. Once you see the missing pin, it's the 2 wires directly underneath that, which in this case are black and white and black. And you'll see the 2 wires are short. I've just got a little jumper wire here. I recommend you have the refrigerator off while you do this, but you can even use a paper clip to do this. So I'm simply going to jump these 2 wires, these 2 pins together. Again, if you do use a paper clip, make sure you, once you turn the refrigerator back on, that you do not touch the paper clip because it can shock you. So I'm going to short this out, and then this is one of the best ways to test it. You're going to close it up and give your ice maker a while, give your, maybe several hours, if not a day or more, and see if it starts making ice again. If so, that's the problem. Okay, so let's get on to replacing it. Let's assume it's bad. Again, the other side, 3 screws, just like this side. I'm going to take those out. It's got a similar connector, and here we see both. I've got both the transmitter and the receiver. You can see what it looks like. And I've also got the new ones that I bought. I bought these off of Amazon. If you buy these from Whirlpool or KitchenAid, you can expect this to cost, I think it's almost $200. You can get a generic kit off of Amazon for less than $30, and that's with free shipping. To replace it, it's just 2 Phillips screws on either one. And you can see just how quick it is and easy to replace. Anybody with a screwdriver can do this. Just be real careful. Observe anti-static precautions. Make sure you're not doing this on a carpeted floor and that you've touched something that's grounded with your hands before you go do this. Otherwise, you could ruin this board as well. So we're just going to take the 2 boards out, replace them with the new ones. And I can tell you that this is literally as easy as it looks. So once we get those replaced, we're going to put them back in the refrigerator. And one of the things I want to explain to you is that a lot of refrigerators use, you're probably familiar with it, they have a bar that gets raised as the ice level increases, and that bar turns the ice maker off. This one uses these optics to sense the ice level, and when the ice level gets too high, it turns the ice maker off, which is when the optics go bad, what generally happens. It'll turn the ice maker off and you won't be getting ice, when in fact it's just because it thinks the ice bin is full. So now we're going to plug this in, and these connectors are really short, and it can be kind of a pain to get them plugged in. And you'll see that it's even a struggle to kind of get it back in. It's probably a little easier for you, just not making excuses here. I'm having to deal with working around the camera, so it's a little more inconvenient. But they will slide right in. And then just going to put your 3 screws back in. And again, there are other things that can go bad on your ice maker. If it's not filling with water, that's quite often the water control valve at the back. And there are ways to check that as well. But for this one, I'm simply covering the optics because it literally is the most common item to fail on these refrigerators when the ice maker quits working. And it's easy to test, so you can be sure that before you order one that it is the problem. And that's what I like about this. I like not having to just replace random parts to see if that fixes it. So this is one of the first things I would test. So now we're going to put the main board back in. Again, I recommend you do this while the refrigerator is off. And if you choose not to, I do recommend that when you're finished, once you get this back in place, I recommend that you cut your refrigerator off for maybe 10 or 15 seconds, or power it off, and then power it back on just to make sure you've reset everything. And then I'll show you here how to test and make sure that the optic sensor is in fact working. If you remember from the beginning of the video, I showed you that the light kept flashing twice even when the beam wasn't broken, which indicates that the optic sensor is faulty. And now once I get the new one back in place, I'll show you how to test it again, and you'll see that the light should go solid, which is, it's great that you can test something this easily. So once we get these screws back in, I'll close the flapper door on the other side. We'll see the light go solid, and then wait 24 hours or so, and hopefully you have ice. And as you can see, this entire procedure took me about 6 minutes. It really did, and less than $30, which is, you know, probably not even a half or a third what you would pay to have a technician come out. So here you see me closing the flapper door. The light goes solid, and then when I let go and the beam is broken again, it flashes. So very good way to know that the optics was in fact faulty, and I kind of want you to see what it looks like when it's working correctly. So flashing, I close it, light goes solid. Alright, hope that helps. See y'all soon.